I'm here looking at the Smart 5. So there are two versions here. So this one in your shot is an electric version, full electric, and the gray one over there is a hybrid. But I kind of like the interior of the hybrid because it's of a lighter color and it will be easier to show you the interior with that one. So I'm going to do the exterior with this beautiful wine color of the exterior, and the interior I'll use the gray one over there. So we're starting from the windshield here. So as you can see, Smart was a very tiny car in the years gone past, but it's gradually becoming a bigger car. So they came up with these Smart 3 that you can see right there, and then they are gradually inching to the SUV market. So let's take a look at this. So as you can see, that's the windshield, and on the windshield you got some rain sensing wiper cameras and safety cameras up there, and on top of it you can see some rails for installation of racks and stuff like that. And if you can, I'm not sure if the camera is doing justice, but you can see that the windshield is really wide, almost SUV style. And then you get your windshield wipers. And if we go down here, the bonnet is kind of almost completely flat, but then it has this nice design touch, curvatures on the edges almost all around. And we come down here to the badging, so you get your big Smart badging here. And if we look in here, you got the daytime running lights, so there's light bars all across, and there are these individual ones here as well. And if I step back, we can see that it's in different tones. So you got this silver here, and there you got the main color there, and you got a grill going in there, which will allow some air inside to cool the batteries. And if you come down here, it's got all these perforations on this grill. Although this one is full electric, it kind of mimics a gas car. And right on the grill is integrated the number plate placement area, and then your front facing camera. And then here you got some air inlets here for aerodynamic purposes, and also to help cool the brakes when you're using them over capacity. So let's just go on to the left hand side of the car. So if we stay here and I move back a little, we can see how big this car is becoming. We look at the tire department. So we got this one sporting Continental Eco Contact 7 tires, and it comes in 255/45 rim 20 tires, pardon me. And then in there you can see how the tire fits really nicely in the wheel well, leaving just some space, not that much space, giving it a sporty feel. If we look at the wheel itself, it has this very nice design, sort of Mercedes. Of course, Smart is coming from the Mercedes family, so it got bits and pieces of Mercedes in there. And if we look on the rear mirror, it's a smallish mirror, but it has this nice perforation design. And underneath it, we got a camera here, your turn signal light here. And then you get a conventional style mirror recessed in, and then you get a blind spot monitor indicator right there. And you got these pop out style door handles, which will recess when the car is in motion, but will pop out when the door is open, when the car is unlocked. And then you get some lighting in there to guide your hands at night. You get your Smart embossed there. That's nice. And then we come down here, you got this plastic trim integrated. In the plastic trim is some aluminum trim as well. And we'll go around the car before we come to the interior. This clearly shows that it's coming from Mercedes, so it's styled by Mercedes-Benz. You can see the logo there. You got NFC entry, just as it is on many cars here nowadays. So if I step back a bit, we can see the full scale of the car. Let's go on to the rear tire. So this is also sporting the same size of 20-inch wheels. And then we go on to the charging department. So to open that, you just press that and it's going to pop out automatically. You got your fast and slow charging ports here, and to get it back in, you just press that button and it's going to go back. I usually prefer the mechanical ones, but hey, if it works, why not? And then up here you got an illuminated badging of the Smart logo, so that's nice. And you can see the windows are kind of wide, and it almost gives you like a regular SUV feel. What am I saying? It's a regular SUV. And if we look down here, you got your brake light assembly, so it's in two parts, and then you got other lighting in there for turn signals. For and down here you got a reflector, and integrated in this assembly is also some extra lighting. And we come down here, we got your Smart 5 badge in here. If I step back a little, we can see the full scale of the rear. So it's not the smartest design, but I think for anyone who would like it, you like it straight away. If you don't like it, you won't like it. I'm not sure it's one of the rear side of a car that will grow on you. You'll either like it or not. And then up here we got a camera here, and then if we come down here, you can see the rear window is blacked out from factory. You got a wiper right here. You get your bold smart badge in here again, and we go down here and we can see the same design of the daytime running lights that were in the front are also in the rear. So you can see how you have the light bar, and then you have the individual lighting as well. And then you come down here and you have your number plate placement area right here, and it all looks nice. I would say it's not the kind of design that everyone will like I said, but if you like it, you would like it. So we go on to the right hand side, and the right hand side is basically going to be the same as the left hand side. So this is the whole scale of the car. And this being the full electric version, it comes with a range of 740, that's CLTC, 740 kilometers. So yeah, that's some very good range there. So let's go and take a look at the interior. I'm going to look at the interior with the hybrid version. So if you're familiar with smart, to be in a smart car, to open the boot lid, they've integrated a button in the middle of the A, so you just press that and it's going to pop open. And taking a look at the boot lid first, so the boot lid is a regular boot lid, but it's got some hooks here which can carry up to 2 kilograms of weight, one on the left, one on the right. And then you have your button to press to close it, and then you have your door here to open to give access to that emergency latch when you are locked in the boot. And then we go into the boot proper. As you can see, it's not a small size anymore, it's a regular size boot. I'll put a size numbers on the screen, but let's look at what you have here. So you can pull these buttons here to recline the seats, so you don't have to do it manually on the seat. You can stand in the boot and do that. And then you also have some hooks here for hanging things up, and you got some boot lighting down here. You got an extra storage area on the side, and then you got a subwoofer here, and then you got another button to collapse the seat on the left side as well, and another hook here. So that's basically it. It's got some nice carpet, thick carpet, so things are not going to rattle about. And if you leave the false floor, you got some extra storage down here as well, which is really cool. And you got another hidden compartment here, just allowing it for some more space. So you got your charging cables, your reflector, your safety triangle, and I would say the underfloor itself can carry a lot more weight, a lot more luggage. So that's a really nice touch. And to lock the boot, all you do is, as usual, press that button and it's going to go down. It has this wide opening as well, so it's going to be easy to load things in this car. So with a hybrid version, as you can see, you get your slow charging going on, and you can charge from 10 to 80% in less than 20 minutes. Obviously, it's got a smaller battery, so it will charge faster. And this is the design of the charger they are going for. So let's take a look at the rear. So when I open the door, it's got frameless doors, and you've got double glazed windows, so it's gonna keep the noise out. And you can see it opens to about, I would say, about 70 degrees, and that allows for enough space to enter this car. It's almost a boxy SUV, so entry and exit space is not going to be a problem with this design. But let's take a look at the door itself. So you get some nice soft leatherette material here, and classic Mercedes, you have the seat controls on the door itself, and then you have a huge button here to activate your heated seats for the passenger right behind the driver. It's not cooled, it's not ventilated, but it's heated. And you get a tweeter here. Speakers coming from Sennheiser, one of my favorite speaker brands. So you got a speaker grill here. I believe a speaker grill hiding in here, and another speaker grill here. Not really sure if it's a speaker grill, but it's a nice perforation into the leatherette here. And then you have a button to raise and lower your windows. You got an area to here to hold to shut the door, and then you got this button to press to open, just like it's done on many cars now. And I like the different tones of material used on the inside of the door. And you see an ambient lighting right here. It's not illuminated now, but you can see the color protruding, and then you also have it around this panel here as well, so that is going to illuminate as well. And if you go down here, you've got your door pockets. The insides are not lined with felt, but they're lined with this nice, I believe it's leatherette, so it's also going to prevent things from rattling about because it's not pure plastic. So that's a nice touch. And I like the design of this speaker grill from Sennheiser. And the doors go all the way down, so it's going to prevent you from soiling your pants or trousers when it rains. And as you can see, all this place will be covered, so you don't have to worry about getting your clothes dirty on bad rainy days. And we take a look at the interior here. So you got some nice seat designs here. It's a very typical of smart rounded headrests, and you've got this boxy style seat. Not too much style to it, but the perforations and the stitchings themselves look really nice. Very easy access to the seat belt, is not hidden, and it's also supported by this pass through here, so it's not going to be snapped by the seat in any way. And then on the seat itself, they're kind of quite raised quite high, and so even taller passengers are going to be comfortable. And it's also quite long as well, so you can see it's not flat on the front. It has this curvature, giving more space for your thighs. You've got isofix anchor points on this side, and the seat hooks are nicely shown, and they are not in the way, but it's going to be easy to hook things up. And let me just sit inside. So at 183 centimeters tall, and that seat to my driving position, I still have a considerable large amount of space left. And you have these pockets here where you can store books, files, magazines, and things like that. Not sure if people really read magazines anymore, but let me just pull this seat up. So with the seat up, you have almost a flat bench style. And in the middle seat, you have a handrest, which is of a very good height, very comfortable, right where my hands will need it. You got another area here lined with felt, feels really good, where you can place your phone or cards or any other things that you might be carrying on you. And then you have another bigger, deeper space here, slightly deeper space here, also lined with felt, where you can hide something. And then you can drop this, and then it turns into a handrest. And to bring out the cup holders, you just press this, let go, and it's nicely dumped, and it exposes the cup holders. And if you don't need it, you just push it back. So that's done really nicely. Rather than those that are always here in the way, these ones can be tucked away when you need it. They can be tucked away when you don't need them, so that's nice. And if you don't need it, you just push it back and it snaps in place nicely. So the seat on the behind the front passenger is basically the same as the one I'm sat on now. And if we look here, we can see the configuration of the inside. It's a very simple design, but very spacious. Now let's look down here. So if we look down here, you got some space here, quite deep, for storing your phone or any other things you might want to put there. And I like that they provide type A charging port and a type C charging port, because some devices are still using type A charging ports, and some people still have devices that use type A. So it's nice that they have both options there. And then you got your air vents for the rear passengers, so that's really nice. Got some nice stitching here, so everything looks rounded to mimic their design language that Smart has been going for. And you can see visibly here also on the back of the headrest. So we look up here, you got a grab handle here, you got an airplane style rear lighting. I like that it's not stationary, it's not fixed, but you can move it to whatever direction you want. If you've been on an airplane, you can see that the design is very, very similar. Maybe I can show you better from here. Looks like an eyeball. And then on the side, on its side, you also have a speaker grill. So that's nice that you can move it to any way you want. I've never seen this in a car. This might be the first one, and it's touch sensitive as well. And yeah, it doesn't change in intensity, but around it, even if it's off, you can see that it's illuminated. So that's nice. So you can see at night. So that's really, really cool. And we look at the rear. You have a panoramic sunroof, which can be closed with this sunshade electronically. I just opened it so we can have more light coming in the car. But as you can see, it stretches from the top of the heads of the rear passengers all the way to the front. It's one full piece, and I like that. I hope that the top is rigid enough. Usually what manufacturers will do is to put another metal panel here and break off the glass and continue on the other side, so it kind of separate. So I hope that this is solid enough. But yeah, you can open it, but it allows in a lot more light when you're driving. So yeah, sitting in the back seat, this is the view you are going to see. Now let's move on to the front seats. So to go in the passenger seat, we just open it, and the configuration of the door is similar to what we showed on the rear, but obviously the front controls, you have a lot more controls here for the passenger. So you have seat recline, thigh support, seat up down, and then here you have ventilator seats. So there you can see it illuminates, and it has 3 levels. You have heater seats, and then you have massage function as well. So you can control, and it's interesting that it's one button, but it has 3 separate, I don't know how they did it, but one button, and depending, and it's not just touch, it's pressed, but wherever you press, it's going to activate that function. That's a neat design. And then that's the door design they're going for, which I've already talked a bit about. And the door opens, the front doors, I would say, opens a bit further, maybe about 80, 85 degrees, something like that. And you can see it has a very wide entry, and on the seat itself you got extra controls. So I'm not sure if this is redundant, but if it's the same controls you have here, then they're just giving you extra options, but I don't know why they would do that. But you got extra buttons here to move your seat forward, recline. So if I press that, you can see, so you got a gravity function for the front passenger, and it goes all the way back. You can almost lie flat. It doesn't lie flat, but it goes all the way. And if I press and hold and let go, it's going to go back to its original position. So that's nice that a small SUV of this size comes with this gravity seat function. This is a function they put on bigger cars. It's nice that they have it. They got a lumbar support, inflation, and all those controls. So that's nice. And you can see the seats are also set quite high, even in its original position, with all these raised floors. So you're not going to cramp. Even taller passengers are going to be comfortable. And if we look here, we got the nice air vent design. Let me just sit inside. Got some nice air vent design. It's going to be very easy. Whichever way you want to hold it, you just move it, and you get some daytime, you get some ambient lighting in there. And if you look in the speaker grills, it looks like it's illuminated, but it is not. It's just some kind of pink material fabric that is in there, making it look like it's illuminated. But if I sit here, I got a grab handle here as a front passenger, and up here I've got my sun visor, and integrated in the sun visor is my mirror, which has lighting on the side, a vanity mirror. And I like that it's not one of those flimsy fabrics to open it. It's a real plastic, so you can just open it and close it. So that's nice. And if we come down here, we got your dash, which is almost flat, so you can see very easily out of this car. And it's also got this subwoofer here, which is a pop-out style, so when the car is off, it recesses into the dash and almost has a completely flat surface with the flat level with the dash. But once the car is activated, then it pops up a little bit, and underneath there are some ambient lighting, as you can see this. And then you got soft touch on the top as well. You got your airbag indicator. These screens that are, these modern cars that are having screens in front of the front passenger, I wonder how the airbags deploy when there is a crash. But hey, I mean, it's approved, so it means a lot of testing has been done and it works for the safety of passengers. But let's look at the screen in front of the driver. So I've never been a fan of smart interiors, but this one has been done nicely. And as you can see, you get a screen, wide screen stretching from the infotainment area all the way to the front of a passenger, but it's split here in the middle. This one is for entertainment, and then this side is infotainment. So yeah, looking nice. At 183 centimeters, I'm stretched way out and there is no intrusion, and I still got some amount of space here, so that's a plus for taller passengers. And there's no glove box, so you can see there's a cutout in here, so giving your knees, if you're shorter, even more space. And while I'm here, let me just show you. So underneath the center console there is extra storage area, which has two Type-C charging port and a 12-volt socket here, and a wide storage area. And most cars will just end here, but this one goes even further to the back and gives you extra storage on this higher level here, so that's nice. And then you have some ambient lighting here as well, and the passenger can also open this center storage area. You got an area here where you can place a phone or any other thing, and it's got these ridges, plastic ridges here, so things are not going to rattle about. And then you've got the main storage area here where they're keeping all these decorations. But if you look in here, you have a charging card, maybe for the key of the car. And in here, although it has no fridge, it serves as a cool box. You can turn this to activate that as well, so that's nice. Before the advent of fridges in cars, this was very common, like a cool box, not really a fridge, but allowing the AC and the heating to get in there. So let's move on to the driver's seat and show you what else is there. So the driver's door is very similar to the passenger door. If we step back, we can see that the design is very similar, and the seat design is also similar with a rounded headrests and almost boxy seat design. You got airbags integrated in the seats, and the door opens similar to the front passenger seat. So let me just sit in the driver's seat. So sitting in the driver's seat, let's start from the top. So you have a glasses holder here, and it's lined with felt. You can't see it because it's dark, but I can feel it, and that's nice to see that it has. And then this is the button that you push to close the sunroof, so it's a simple push. So if you look, and if I push it back, the headrest is going to go back, so that's a nice touch. You got your press to activate interior lighting, and you got an SOS button here. Very simple design, but looks nice. And again, you have your sun visor, very similar to the one I showed earlier. Nothing really special there. You come to your rear view, your mirror, interior rear view mirror, and it doesn't receive any feed from the camera. It's just a regular mirror. Unlike some other cars, that gets fed footage from the rear of the car. And then we come to the top here, and we have HUD. If you look there, you can see it being displayed, and you got the outlet of the HUD here. It's interesting that it's not flush with the level of the dash. It's kind of like a bowl sitting in it, but I believe it's a design touch. But I'm just wondering if these parts are not going to gather dust and give you extra work for cleaning. You can see the same air vents design coming here, and then you get a sensor here to monitor the driver's level of tiredness and that kind of thing. And then we come down to the behind the steering wheel. So you got a screen right in front of the driver. So you have options. You have the HUD, you have this one right behind the driver, giving the driver quick access to information of the car. Some nice animation going on there. And then you also have the screen that I talked about earlier. I'll come to the screen in a second. So if we come down to the steering wheel, you got your turn signal button. And as you can see, it sounds quite nice and it's very tactile as well. You will know you have activated it when you push it because it has very nice stops. It also doubles as your wiper controls. And then we come down here, we have the Mercedes style gear lever control. Obviously, a car coming from Mercedes will have that. And then you have your steering wheel. So it's a very nice size steering wheel, almost round but flattened a little on the bottom for more space. And you got your horn in the middle. Let's look on the left. So you have some steering controls, cruise control, and cruise control cancel widgets, that kind of thing. And then on the right hand side you have your microphone activation, your start button to set your. So as you can see, when I press that, that's a favorite button which you can assign to something. And then when I press this button, menu button here, you can see the changes on the screen. So it gives you quick access to controls, and then you have volume up, down, and navigation buttons, and a confirm button here. And you got smart right there. So all very nice. And I like that this steering wheel is a nice two-tone. So you got the color here which matches the color of the interior on the bottom part, and on the top part of the car is all dark, and the steering mimics that as well. So that's nice. And then we go on to the center storage area, which I already showed you. The driver has access to it as well. You get conventional style cup holders. They don't recess or anything, but they've got these grips to help prevent things from rattling about. And then you got two 50-watt charging ports here, which are ventilated as well to help keep your phone cooled when it's being charged. And then you've got your air vents, physical air vents, controlled with these physical controls here. The driver also have access to those storage areas I showed earlier beneath the center console. And if you look down there, your controls are rounded as well to give you that smart feel. And here you got another small storage area to fit in a card or something. I'm not sure if a big wallet will fit in there, but who's using wallets anyway? At least in China, it's almost non-existent because everything is done with the phone. So yeah, let's go and take now a look at the screen. So you get your hazard button here. So it's not a press button, it's a touch, which is quite sensitive. So I believe it's fine. You got your fan speed, you got your heated mirrors, maximum rear mirror heating, you got your driving modes here, and then you got your settings here. So you can do lots of settings from here, and then you can do your driving modes. So you got your economy, you got your normal driving, and then you got your sport. And up here you got a home button, and then you got charging situation, parking, indicating your battery state of charge. Now let's look down here at the main menu. So that's a home button, and you press this one to populate your apps that you have installed on the screen. And you go there, you can do the settings of the car, fuel, and all that kind of thing. And then you got your seat controls here, heated, ventilated. So as you can see, only the front seats are heated and ventilated, but the steering wheel and the two window rear seats are only heated. And then you have your temperature control here, 360-degree camera, looking very crisp. You got it in 2D and 3D, and you can press that to go back. You got your fan speed, you got your navigation button here. So yeah, very responsive. And then you got your steering controls here, and then you got a function to clean the air in the car. So that's a function that many cars are coming with now, to clean the car every now and then, to pull out all the bad smells in the car, keeping it smelling fresh. And up here you got all your other controls for navigation, your 5G card connectivity, time, dates, car lock and lock, sharing, all those functions. So yeah, that is the interior of the Smart 5. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. It was just a quick walk around of this Smart 5. It wasn't a technical review. I like to show people the aesthetics of the car because I believe there are many videos out there that will tell you about the specs, but I've put some specs on the screen, but I just want people to see the aesthetic view which many reviewers may. So thank you for sticking around. I'm really grateful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can grow it together. Till I see you in the next video guys, ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.